to know if you have finally healed or not from trauma. Assess yourself on 7 signs of trauma. Salut! I'm Valérie Huard, and I suffered from complex PTSD or CPTSD for more than 30 years. But I am now the hero of my journey, and I live a happy life. In this video, I will share 7 signs that someone hasn't healed from trauma. But before we get into that, let me share a quick story with you. I was 11 years old when I realized that my life was not normal. It wasn't normal to have sex with a grandfather. Now that was not love. I was in shock, feeling alone and disgust with myself. I had the chance to meet the love of my life. Yes, at 16, sweet 16. And he had the patience to help me cope with my PTSD. At 25, we were having children, and I was thinking that I have healed from trauma. But I was wrong. I was pretending everything was fine. In reality, nothing was. Here are 7 signs that someone has not healed from trauma. First of all, my self-esteem was so low that I was struggling to take care of myself. Sometimes passing days without showering. I was feeling worthless. I was volunteering an incredible amount of hours weekly to try to make my life worthy. The second sign I haven't healed from trauma was that it was out of question to ask help. I was having trouble opening up to close friends or family. Asking for help meant that I was a failure. I was also thinking that they would perceive me as weak. The third sign that I haven't healed from trauma was that I was struggling with historical data about my own life. It was like there were some hole in my life. I was also out of question to go into therapy and talk about my blackouts. No way. The fourth sign that I haven't healed from trauma at that time was that I was clinging to toxic people. That means I was making friends with people that were abusing my time, my generosity, or my pity. In brief, I was vulnerable to negative interpersonal relationships. Let me know if one of those signs ever happened to you. Just in the comments say, I have done this, or I'm still doing that. And the fifth sign that I haven't healed from trauma when I was 25 was resisting to positive change. I was always suspicious. Whenever something good came into my life, I was automatically feeling shame and guilt. I was thinking that I was not deserving happiness. The sixth sign that I haven't healed from trauma was I was fearing failure as much as success. It was so intense that I was completely destroying any motivation to succeed. The game was lost in advance, and at the same time, I cannot accept to lose. So I was fighting myself, and I was missing out on loads of opportunities because of this. I was completely insecure and anxious. The seventh sign that I haven't healed from trauma was that I was hurting myself or my loved one. I was pushing them away and isolating myself from whatever I had to deal with. I was also unintentionally hurting people around me with my words and with my action. I was emotionally volatile, oversensitive, and losing my temper easily. So it is something to self-identify as having or haven't healed from trauma. But the next step is to start taking action. If you want to learn more about how to overcome your trauma, subscribe to our YouTube channel and let us know which topics you want to hear about. And I will do a video on it. For now, remember, you create the life you want.